when I was young and I started going to juvenile home, I remember that in the beginning I didn't care. I didn't really care about anything but myself. All I cared was about having fun, doing drugs, having women. There wasn't a care for me that gave me any concern to care for. And I believe that was because, you know, my father was out doing his thing, my mother was doing her thing. You know, I was the only kid in the family, and I basically didn't care about anything. I began to discover that the longer times that I would stay in jails and institutions and juvenile halls, I was discovering and seeing that my life, I was getting older, and I was getting older and older, and I was just progressing from juvenile hall to jails and into prison. And I started to look back when I was in jail because I was locked up so many times. I started to look back and I started to see that maybe, and started to believe, the more interesting part, I think I started to believe that that was going to be me. I was just going to be a person that was always going to get locked up, that I was always going to go to jail, and that I was all, that belief system started to become very heavy in my spirit, in my mind, in my soul. It was something I never forget. Because I never thought that I would ever make it, because that was my lifestyle, being locked up, in and out, in and out, in and out, getting in trouble, being told by every neighborhood kid, family member, school teacher, uncle, aunt, that I was a troubled kid. And I became numb to that, because in the beginning it hurt, but I became numb to it. And it also began to hurt me in my life. Not hurt me emotionally, but hurt me hurt me in the way that my lifestyle was really not something that I planned. It's interesting because you don't plan to live that life. It just happens because you get so caught up again in your own world, your own system, your own beliefs. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Everybody has something that they want to call their lifestyle. I just call it life. But there was a time where, like I said, I believed that was it. I'm a jailbird. I'm a prisoner. I'm a convict. This is my life. I'm never gonna end up going nowhere, because this is what I know how to do. Get in trouble and back to prison, go back to jail, go back to institutions. I mean, it was embedded in me, and I know that there's hundreds and maybe thousands of people that go through that, but never share that with anybody, never explain that to anybody, because they're afraid, and there's fear, because they can't trust or talk to anybody like I was. I was in that fear and desperation, embarrassment. Oh, I'm 20 something. I don't want to tell people that I have a problem or I need help. I mean, that's how would that look in front of my friends? You got this facade, this other face that you got to put on, this mask that you got to wear, and that, damaged my life, and it hurt me for years on the outside. I was already dead on the inside. That's why, when I got into gangs, you know, and we were gonna fight and rumble or whatever. I mean, I was already dead. They couldn't kill me. That's why I didn't care. On the streets when we fight, I was already dead. I mean, what could hurt me when you're already dead? You see, that's that's a dangerous person, I believe, because you have no cares of the world. You care nothing about nothing. I mean, I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, you don't care. You don't care about your family. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about nothing. You damage everything around you because you act like an animal. You act like you know, like not a human being. And this is the lifestyle that I had. And let me tell you, it's it's mentally damaging when you get to that point, because I've learned through life that when it becomes mentally damaging like that, then it shows in your life, in your future, in your actions. It shows in the way you live. Look at how people live. I could tell a lot by how people live because of how they believe. When they're in jail, prison, stuff. I mean, yes, it's an accident. It could be this, it could be that, but really, at the end of the day, they didn't care. Um, they they didn't exercise attentiveness. They didn't exercise, you know, good wise decision morals of making right choices at the time. They took a risk. They took a chance. You know, and again, there's nothing wrong with taking a chance in life and things, but there's some things you just don't want to risk and take a chance because it could really cost your life. You know, and I mean by going to prison and jail. I'm not talking about risks in life to become successful. You know, because there's different types of risks, I believe. So, anyways, I want to share those things because, you know, um, when you're growing up and you're become institutionalized, um, it's hard to break away from that. You know, especially when you've been embedded with that for many, many years, and you've been so many programs, you've been to so many institutions, and you've been doing it for years. I mean, it's not easy to break. That's why the population of people going back to prison is high. You know, very high, because it's not something that can be broken very easy. You know, and you know, and I'm just fortunate that God gave me the wisdom and the understanding to break from that lifestyle, you know, but not only break from that lifestyle, but have a really good life with, my family, my wife, and my kids, and, to be able to exercise it. I mean, I just believe my story is very unique, just like everybody else has a unique story. And, I'm so fortunate to share this today because, again, I know with my lifestyle, I know for a fact that I should be doing 25 to life. I know that. But because God's grace and his mercy towards me, I know that he gave me another chance to be able to escape from my prison mindset and to break away free so that I can physically break away free in my future and have a better life. That's priceless. You know, that is priceless. Because again, you don't have to be in prison to be locked up. You can be locked up in your mind in a prison and having a prison mindset and being out here and not going anywhere in life and have really bad results in your life. It's not only for people that are in prison. I'm just sharing the lifestyle that I had was in prison, and so, you know, I've learned to break away from it. But I know there's also people that have lifestyles out here. There are imprisonment, that are in bad relationships. You know, they feel like they're in prison, or they're not successful in their jobs. You know, because they don't value themselves to get paid more or to have more for themselves in their lives. And that's, you know, that's another lesson also, because in life you gotta work very hard to build value in yourself, so that one day you become a leader and get paid well, which that's a whole nother story. But I'll leave that in mind. These things will help you, and I know that, you know, I'll continue to share more thoughts and wisdom as I go on with my videos. Thank you.